Hello everyone, sorry for the delayed start. I just had to sort something out with my stream. Out this quickly, see if it works. We are here, ILR Tier 3, Brazil. It is a wet qualifying. I am Tom, or Scar, the third. I'm on my own again this week, which is unfortunate, but that is not going to stop me. I'm going to give you the best I can, because I know I've been letting you down for the past few weeks for being alone, but there's been problems with people going on holiday, such and such. But we are here now, and that is all that matters. Right, yeah, so just seeing if my microphone works. It does. That's fantastic. So, as we can see, it is raining like hell right now. We're seeing who is coming up to a flying lap. It looks like Livs is the first out. So currently, again, we are at Brazil. It is wet, so he comes around the final few corners. I'll go on board with D3. So he starts. We're going to brake just before the 50-meter board and follow through turns 1 and 2 of the Senna S's, keeping it quite tight so you can get a good exit out of the second part of those Senna S's, making sure to use as much curb as possible, but you don't want to do that because you end up crashing. But we will go as we see another driver not handling very well, People there. So he comes out of the Senna S's, Livs does, and he's going to be impeded. It looks like D3 abandoning his lap. He's ghosting. You want to brake. This corner here is very tricky to do. And you want to make sure you're doing it, otherwise you will not be able to get a good exit out of here. You want to brake just before the 50-meter board. Be very careful on the throttle around this corner. I do believe that this is turn 7. Yeah, coming up to turn 8 now. Being very careful on the throttle because it is downhill. You can just charge the throttle and spin yourself out. Come around turn 9 now. Again, it's a flowing circuit. Some control around here. Going to go quite deep on the apex and out turn 10 into turn 11. I think but they're all in Portuguese. I'm not going to pronounce them. Again, just before the 50-meter board. Wow, how much overtaking? I'm opening the corner. Sure, but coming around what is technically one of turn 14 to get a 1:21.3. That is a fantastic lap from Livs, but it has been overtaken by Tom 123 for the win with a 3:38. It's very close indeed. Livs still maintaining that second spot, but F1 Ben, as I say that, Livs has been pushed down even further. F1 Ben going fastest with a 1:21.0. Very tricky indeed to try and come back like that in the rain. I do believe that's down to tyres, yes. F1 Ben has seen that intermediates are the best to go for these conditions. It may not look like it, but it's worked out well. Bourne Buckley going fastest now with 1:27, overtaking those intermediate times there on wet tyres. So it's a bit of a battle right now for tyre compounds. I just want to go over the current standings right now. They haven't been updated, which is a little bit frustrating, but I do believe that Livs still maintains his lead. I'm not sure. I know he got a podium below the pace. In Japan has not been done, which is a shame. Not going to be much help. Is that Ferrari has spun out there? Not sure who that is. That's either Atlantis, but that was. I think it was Atlantis. Not sure. Yeah. Not quite sure. The button is off shadow now. I'm not 100% sure, but he is on a lap. Now it's going right now. Brazil can be tricky even in the dry because it's all about how it flows. It's like Austria. Because of how it flows, you have to be very careful when choosing when to apply the throttle to brake because again how flowy it is, it can jeopardize so many corners, because it's just a chain of corners. Because it's a corner after another and after another, so it can jeopardise you massively if you don't get a corner. 5 corners ago, you messed up, and it can affect. Meanwhile, Libs, who was first, and was pushed down to 7th position. He's known for climbing his way up the table through the race. I've not known him to be a wet driver. So Tom still has that top spot. He's in the pits right now. So Ben is out. He stays out. I think he's going to try another one. Yeah, he does. So he breaks. Okay, yeah, that's a beautiful. There, being very cautious. Ben making sure not to mess up as he comes, I think, at the end of sector 1 into sector 2 now. We're halfway almost, pretty much already. Try and see if I can get these names on. I'm just going to try and see if I can find a car that's about to start a lap. Looks like Leclerc's going to go into the pit, so he's not going to start one. Shadow is on 1, but he's... D3's yet to settle up. Of course, yeah, he had that massive accident. So it's not by now. It seems that he's not able to get a grip, literally, of this circuit now. He comes around turn 6 of Ferradura and Curva do Larigina, or tries to. I'm not going to stop because it's causing drivers bad luck. I'm going to stop. I've completely butchered Brazilian Portuguese. I won't. So, someone who is usually in the com box with me, Snakes, he's unfortunately not because of outside racing issues. Well, it's not really an issue, but join us. He's given us some helpful tips in the comments. He's just talking about making. It's this sort of stuff where you've got to sort of actually listen to. It's like vital in terms of the information that he's giving. You know, it talks about trowel brake. Right now, the intermediates are the better tyre. Tom still at that top spot. He's on an outlap into now. Oh, coming. Oh, wait a minute, I don't know why. I think it's a nervous thing, I'm not sure. Anyway. Oh, my volume's gone down. There we go. New headset, getting new to it. Anyway, so 2 minutes left of this qualifying session. And your top 5 are Tom for the win, F1, Ben, Braun Buckley, Bianchi, Pickles. They're your top 5. Plus that being a 120 point. Can't quite see because of visibility point. I can't remember if it's a 6 or an 8. I'm thinking it's a 6. But someone has spun. It's D3. He's retired. He's excuse me. He doesn't think he's able to get that much of a ending of the track, which is a shame. Really, Brazil is such a good track. It's so flowing. It's quite satisfying watching cars go around it. But interesting to point out, this is the penultimate race of the season. Of course, we had Japan last race, and that was quite interesting in what happened. But I believe I think it's Livs. He won't be able to make Abu Dhabi, so he's going to have to do the best he can to strengthen his position in the championship. He's still leading, I think, by 12 points. I think. Don't quote me on that. Because Japan hasn't been updated. I know he got a podium, I'm not sure where he finished. I can't remember at all in Japan. It escapes me. But yeah, so he is needing to secure his spot of first position right now in the championship. And possibly get quite high up in the race so he can secure his spot for Abu Dhabi and make sure that even if it does impact him, it's not going to impact him too much. Tom still leads with a 120.6, sorry. Very fast. On the intermediate, yeah, again, look, intermediates is the way to go, and he's gone even faster. 20.351, maintaining that dominating position at the top spot right now. F1 Ben is looking Can he rival it? Is it about to start a lap? I'm not sure. I think he's about to start a lap, but he is looking to possibly take that spot down off of Tom, put him down to second. Buckley following behind Ben. This is quite close because Ben might get top spot, but might instantly be taken by Buckley. Lives all the way down in 9th position. He's still wanting to try. He's out on a lap now. Let's go on board with him, the current contender for the championship leader, as the qualifying session to an end. Pickles fires just as qualifying ends. Leclerc is the first to cross the line. I think he's improved, I'm not quite sure. 7, he's in 3rd right now. He is, yeah, because F1 Ben and Buckley, yeah. So Killian and Leclerc knock F1 Ben and Buckley off the 2nd and 3rd positions. They are currently in 2nd. Killian retires. I think he's happy with his spot. Liv's coming around the final corner now. Is it enough to get pole? In 2nd place with 121. 120.1. Almost maps up. It doesn't look like he's able to beat Tom. And F1 Ben, as I said, out of nowhere, but 119.8. We're in the 19s in the wet now. That is very fast indeed in these conditions. I think we went for ECR Shadow. I believe that's Busson. I'm not sure. I know that someone's changed his game attack. He comes across the line, a bit spinny. If his wheel decides to stop, he comes across the line 10th. So very interesting. I'm not sure if the race is dry or if it's still wet, but your top 10 are F1 Ben and Mercedes for 119.8, very fast there. Followed by Tom, just 1/10 separates them. Then in 3rd is Livs, the championship contender in 3rd, followed by Buckley, Killian, Leclerc, Atlantis, Jigglypuff, Bianchi and ECR Shadow in 10th position. Then rounding off the grid we have Pickles, FIFA, Gotten 6 and Deadlander D time after crashing out. It looks to be then a very close race. I'm still not sure if it's dry or wet. If someone is watching, can they let me know, please? We wait then for the drivers to make their final few adjustments to the car, fuel levels, differential. As I watch now, as a Mercedes waits, and now we can see the grid in the background. That is the 30-second mark. We are now just waiting for those 5 lights. Ooh, that's a weird noise. Sorry, I'm mucking about. I'll stop. There is the 10-second mark as we wait for the ILR Brazilian Grand Prix. If you're just tuning in, you have made it of the ILR Brazilian Grand Prix here at Brazil. I'm not good at introducing these things, so we wait for the 5 lights then. Major revs. And away we go. Both Mercedes on 1-2 positions. They get off to an excellent start. We can see the Red Bull and the Renault in the background. They're trying to scrap between each other. And it looks like the Ben is slightly lagging, but he gets a massive lead already, a full second. We see Red Bull there cutting the Senna S's in the background. It looks like most of the action is down the grid. Pickles making up 4 positions where he originally started. We can see it all happening right now as Buckley is passed by Atlantis and Taurus. I can't see who that is. I think that's Bianchi. It's 3 wide going into the end of that DRS straight then. Bianchi moves up into 6, and again Buckley is being challenged by ECR Shadow. Got on 6 retires. I think he spun out and didn't quite make it. The Sab and the Toro Rosso being pushed wide. Buckley not having a good start at all. He's been pushed down to 11th after dropping 7 positions. F1 Ben still leads this race with half a second. But now it's just only a tenth between him and Tom for the win. He makes the move on the inside as a Sauber of Livs. He's spun out and he's made contact with, who was that? I'm not sure who that was. I know for a fact that it was a Red Bull. Killian, I think it was. He's still going. The 2 Mercedes still at the top spot. Leclerc going side to side with Tom. As Ben has spun on the Senna S's, this pushes him all the way down. Unbelievable. contact. It's carnage right now on the opening laps of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Bianchi getting a run on Leclerc at the end of that DRS straight there. On the inside he goes and he takes third position from Leclerc. Leclerc also, Atlantis also catching up to Leclerc. Looks like he's going to have him to deal with. Lives in the pit after having that spin. F1 Ben also leaving the session. Looks like he's had a terrible start, unless he's disconnected. I'm not sure. That's going to put him out of it. Fifalo's trying to square up with Atlantis. They go side by side in the midsection of the track. Goes into the back of him while Atlantis trying to take up a few tenths off of Leclerc. Looks like Leclerc has gotten away. Fifalo's almost looks like he's going to go on the inside, but backs out immediately. Atlantis still leads in 5th place ahead of FIFA Lols. Tom's at the fastest lap. Is Jiggly getting a time penalty? Jiggly usually doing very well in medium pace circuits. He's all the way down in 10th position. This is unbelievable. He's going to have a quick drink. Apologies. Brazil always giving you surprises out of nowhere. There's sector 3 issues. Is that D3? I'm not sure what that was, but the current championship leader, Lives, is dead last. He does not want this right now. He wants to maintain his position. Looks like there's a train for 4th right now. Atlantis has got a lot on his plate right now as FIFA Lols, the other Sauber, goes on the inside and pushes Atlantis wide, but he's also spun. He is spun out after making the move. This is carnage right now. You are witnessing, ladies and gentlemen, Leclerc in 4th, Bianchi in 3rd, Ben in 2nd, and Tom in 1st. Tom and Ben, the two Mercedes, getting the best out of everything they can right now. You know, there's all these battles going on. They want to get away. They want to use different strategies almost. They're on opposing strategies, that's for sure, because one's on the softs and one's on the super soft. So a double stop might, a two stop sorry, might be in effect. Bianchi up by 6 positions where he originally started. That is an amazing start, but it seems we have lag issues with people disconnecting. Leclerc, Buckley and FIFA all in the pits after having that rumble tumble of a train. It seems that they also get pushed down, but Lives, is it enough for Lives to push himself up into 7th? You see Leclerc there coming out of that long pit lane. It's surprisingly long. It's deceptively long. Bianchi has joined back. It doesn't look like anything has happened, but he's going to have to regain his control of his car, but at the cost of 2 places. He's dropped down to 5th position as Atlantis creeps up into 3rd. Fantastic, unlucky for Bianchi, but fantastically lucky for Atlantis. The two Mercedes still leading the Brazilian Grand Prix here for ILR. Showing signs in sector 3 again. Is that another driver that spun? I'm not sure. Pickles has that DRS on Atlantis. He goes on the inside of turn 1 of the Senna S's. The square offside contact has been made with Pickles' right rear, and that's sent him flying out of the corner. So much carnage, so much contact right now in the S's, in the entire track, to be honest. This is not how I expected things to go. Ferrari and Renault going side by side, toe to toe, wheel to wheel. Out of the Senna S's they go and out onto the DRS straight. That is the Cavadasao and Retta Opposota. I think I completely butchered that. Apologies. So that is almost finished as quickly as it started. Leclerc in at 6th, Killian in 5th, Shadow in 7th. Shadow will want to be creeping up back to Leclerc so the battles can continue. And already it seems that the track is spaced out, but although I say that, Jigglypuff is closing in on FIFA. FIFA at the start of the season had a fantastic drive. He had the amazing ability of recovery. He was good on corners. Don't know what happened to him though. Jiggly looks on the inside. Side by side, around the apex they go. Still side by side. Jiggly going on the outside, being pushed slightly wide, and he's still on the outside, hitting the stuff on board there. Almost spins out, manages to recover. Jiggly looks like, yeah, he has the DRS on FIFA lols. Bianchi left the session again. I'm not sure what happened with him, but swiping there. Not sure what happened there. Further investigation, and yeah, that's just dirt. That's just dirty moves. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. We know not to do that. But Bianchi has crashed out on what it's a very difficult corner. But going back to FIFA and Jiggly, come on. We don't need this. It's the end of the season. Game's coming out. New game's coming out soon. We get that the dirty moves are a thing, but there's no point. There's no point because you're only going to hinder yourself, if anything. Shadow, as I said, wanting to close in on Leclerc, and it looks like he has almost done such a thing. He's maintaining it in the corners, but it looks like he's losing it in the straights. I'm not sure if this is a strategy call or not. He has DRS, but is it enough for him to catch up? Gillian pick up another penalty. I believe that's his second, I'm not sure. Another My Snakes, to be fair. I think because of that swerve, Jiggly thought, you know what, no, I'm not having that. I'm going straight in. And it's a shame because it's drivers like Jiggly, it's drivers like FIFA, they're good drivers, they're honest drivers, but when it comes to blows, it's just they can't handle it. They have to retaliate. I don't know why. It's unneeded, it's unwanted, it just makes it unfair for everyone else, you know? You know, rules start coming in and it hinders everyone else. Meanwhile, Shadow trying to catch up to Leclerc. Has that DRS. See, he's catching him up, but he can't get past. Catching up is always as easy as it sounds. As I say that, he brakes very late into the centre S's. The Ferrari and the Runnel now going toe to toe, wheel to wheel. But it looks like he's able to just catch him out as the three Deadlanders crashed out, which is a shame to see. It doesn't look like he was having a good race at all. Shadow still behind Leclerc, find the time. He's got him on the straights. It's in the corners, I think, where Leclerc has got Shadow. Contact has been made. He looked like he was going to go on the outside. Leclerc playing the defensive card now, going slightly deeper and not coming off of that line. Sorry, to go in a defensive position. You know, like Shadow's able to catch up right now. Meanwhile, the Mercedes still going strong at the front. 13 seconds. Is the gap between Atlantis and F1 Ben, the next spot, second in position. And again, they're playing different strategies. It looks like one of them has already made their pit stop. Looks like none of them has made their pit stop. I think it was a visual glitch. I'm not quite sure. It might still be a visual glitch, actually. I'll just double check. No, they're on the same strategy. Apologies. It was a visual glitch. So far, Pickles is the only person high enough in soft to make a difference. Lives on those mediums, moved his way up to 8th after having a spin. So the top 5 are yet to pit. This is an interesting strategy, I think. I think an overcut is quite tricky to pull off, but it can be done when done correctly. It is a fantastic feeling. Shadow sort of backed off from Leclerc at this point. Doesn't want to make him too aggressive. Wants to keep that consistency in pace. They're both on the same compound, so similar strategy, if not the exact same. Well, lap 10 of 36, pit stops might come into effect around about here, maybe a couple of laps after, I'm not sure, in terms of the long changes. Lives and Buckley, the Toro Rosso and the Sauber championship leader. Championship leader has crashed and he's out. That is not good at all, but so is Buckley. The two came to blows and have knocked each other out of this race. This is not good at all. for the championship leader, Livs, who I don't think will be able to fight at all now because of Abu Dhabi. I think he's missing Abu Dhabi, I'm not sure. Further investigation for sure, we'll have to go into that one. Meanwhile, the other Sauber, FIFA still going strong in 8th position. That gap between Leclerc and Shadow has massively dropped off. I'm not sure what happened there. Pit stop then for F1 Ben and Atlantis. The first Mercedes driver, I think, yeah, he's made a pit stop. That has put Pickles in front of him. He's up now by 9 positions, the Haas driver, from where he originally started. So far, doing the best out of everyone in terms of position change. Although Tom and Pickles are yet to pit. If the Mercedes are playing it right, might pit this lap or next lap, I'm not 100% sure. But Tom is staying out for this, as I think. So Tom choosing to stay out. Ben is right behind Pickles. Again, Pickles is yet to pit. He chooses to stay out. He's on much fresher tyres, Ben, as Killian goes into the pits. It's Mercedes versus a Ferrari engine right now. Killian coming out the Red Bull. 7th position, although he might be under threat by FIFA. It looks like he's gonna go right in front of FIFA Killian. He maintains 7th position. Ben finally makes the move on Pickles, although it's not really needed. He knows Pickles needs to pit. Pickles will pit at some point. It looks like he's going to pit now anyway. Or chooses to stay out on the softs. I stand corrected. Now, remember that both Mercedes are still in the lead, but Tom is a full 24 seconds in front of Ben. Although Tom has not yet pitted, he needs to pit at some point. He's choosing to stay out. Those tyres starting to look slightly knackered, to be brutally honest. It doesn't look like he's going to get much out of those tyres anymore. He needs to pit. So far, the closest battle that might occur is Atlantis on Leclerc. He's still trying to catch up. He's now just under a full second to Leclerc. He is closing that gap. I think both, yeah, both on the exact same, no they're not, on different strategies, never mind. So, ooh, interesting, Leclerc is in a Ferrari sandwich. Now, will team orders come into effect? Will Atlantis get Shadow to back up slightly, hold up Leclerc and pass him, and get Atlantis to pass him? We will wait and find out. Tom finally in pits, the Mercedes driver, staying out quite a while. So Tom comes out of the pits, still in front of F1 Ben. The overcut seems to look like on those mediums. He was going to take it. Excuse me. He's going to take those mediums to the end of the race, I think. So, critically, Tom has made an overcut on F1 Ben. It's worked out well. He's on those mediums, and it looks like he's going to take him to the end. Whereas Ben, on those super softs, looks like he's going to take those for another stint. It looks like he's going to take them until another stint. Apologies. Pickles and Shadows, I'm not really sure what their game is. They're on soft, but they are starting to look slightly worn, and FIFA and Jiggly have come to blows again. Unbelievable. I think that's twice now where Jiggly's been in a collision, but it looks like it's now costed him a race. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not making any accusations, but it's just unfortunate to see races end like this. F1 Ben closing in on Tom on those super softs. He might have to make the move, but remember, he's on those super softs, whereas Tom is on those mediums, so he might have to give him the position back anyway due to pit stops. Now just under half a second, he is closing in. Meanwhile, Atlantis closing in on Shadow. I think Leclerc pitted and moved down that grid. So it looks like Shadow is now going to be in third because of other pitters. Leclerc and Pickles into the pits. Atlantis catching up to Shadow. The two Ferrari drivers, the two Mercedes drivers, and a lonesome Red Bull in the top 5. There. It's going to be quite close, it looks like. I'm not sure if team orders are going to come into effect. Half a second. And just 0.3 seconds between him, the two Ferraris. It doesn't look like team orders are a thing. It looks like they're going to square at it. Round the final corner, they go. It looks like Shadow's backed off for some reason. I'm not sure. Oh, he goes into the pits. This mean? Yes, it does. The Red Bull of Killian takes over Shadow, and it is no longer a 2-2 from the Mercedes and Ferraris. 7 races remain at the Brazilian Grand Prix. Ben closing in on Tom. Ben glitching into Tom. I'm not sure what's going to happen now in terms of the race, because there are calls of stopping race and restarting because of the lack of numbers and incidents happening. I'm not quite so sure what's going to happen. I'm just going to press on now until I have confirmation. ECR Shadow catching on Pickles. Like any danger now, although there's only 3/10. Pickles seems to be getting away from Leclerc, but Leclerc out of nowhere might. Sorry, Shadow on Pickles. Shadow might catch up to him. Leclerc only 2 seconds behind. Ben under half a second between him and Tom. I'm not sure if he's not overtaking him due to team orders. I'm not sure. It could possibly be. He is backing off, it looks like. Pickles and side by side into the DRS. Contact has been made. They go side by side into the apex. Can Pickles secure 5th on those mediums, whereas Shadow has got those super soft tyres? He goes on the inside with the apex there, and it looks like that he's successfully defended his position and is now back in front of Pickles. It looks like it's purposely over-revving the car, so when he's coming into the corner he's already slowed right down, so he can be backing off slightly from Tom. He doesn't want to let Tom to be at risk of an accident. Leclerc picking up a time penalty there. There's now a full second between him and Ben at 20 of 36. I'm still not sure what's going to happen with the race. There's a lot of talk right now with higher uppers. Atlantis DCing. That's disconnecting for people who don't know. So the Ferrari driver who is in 3rd right now has just lost his spot. There's now just under a full second between him and Tom. There's called for a restart. I'm going to keep pressing on until it's 100%. People who are watching the stream and the race, a restart is being called for. For those who don't know, there's a vote instead of being a full race, have a restart of 25% and 1 shot quali. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I am now just the messenger at this point. For those who are in the race and are watching the stream, and for some reason are listening to me and my annoying voice, but I highly recommend that you get involved in this and put your vote in, because this means we can have a good restart. As everyone, Ben is slightly mucked up there, possibly listening to me. Hello. What's going to happen with the race? Closing in on Pickles. He wants to maintain tyre wear over pace. It says he's on the seat. It shows he's on the super softs, but he's on the softs. Everything on the left, what it shows on the left is what it is. So Leclerc on those softs, Pickles on those mediums. He's one second to the S of the race. Ben pits again. He's on that double stop. He's on that two stop. Shadow doesn't look like he's going to be able to get Ben in time. He comes out the pits now. Of course, that pit straight is quite long. It's deceptively long. Sure what's going to happen now. 100% not sure. I think a restart might occur, but if you are watching and you are racing, you might want to check Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, make sure you follow ILR on Twitter. It was always helpful to make sure that you are notified at all times for updates and anything. So make sure you do follow ILR at ILR League. That's the Twitter handle. If you wanted to, you can follow me as well. Why not? I might as well plug myself. Don't ask. I was 12. I'm at Bugonzi, Bugonzie. Shut up. I was 12. You can follow me if you want. I sometimes put stuff up. Sometimes I mostly retweet anything, any other leagues. I commentate on other leagues. I'm an admin in some leagues. I race in other leagues. I'm in the community, basically. But yeah, okay. It looks like the restart is happening. It looks like it is. Quickly do this. Okay, I'm not sure. I just got an invite. So yeah, so it looks like a restart is in effect. While I wait, I'm going to stop the stream. But for any references, it is going to be a 25% one-shot qualifying. I am going to... Okay. I'm not sure what happened there. I am going to quickly do something. I'll be back. I won't be long. But it is a 25% one-shot qualifying. We are doing a restart due to either connection issues or too many people crashing out. But I will see you in about probably 5-10 minutes. I've got to stop the stream. I've got to sort something out. I won't be long.